Good morning, beautiful souls. Alright, so this morning I'm drawing my inspiration from the 144,000. I don't think a lot of people understand just what the 144,000 is. So before we get started, welcome to Enlightened Hearts. I'm Naoma. I'll be your reader today. I will also be your teacher today. For those of you returning, I'm very grateful for you returning, and I'm really sorry about having to look at my tits yesterday, but I just recently, within the last 3 years, have lost about 50 pounds altogether. None of my clothes fit anymore, but whatever, I don't give a shit. Okay, so those who are new, welcome. Thank you everybody for your likes and subscribes. I really appreciate it. That's the energy that I need to keep going, because I, as an introvert, am not liking sitting in front of the camera. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into your reading. So, very first thing off the bat, we've got the One, the Poet, the Healer, the Pilgrim, and Thanatos. We've got the number 1010, 10, 10, 10, 30, and 20. So those numbers probably are going to be confirmation for somebody today. But I get this overwhelming sensation that many of you do not understand what the 144,000 are. If you're on my channel, you're probably on the path of attaining Christ consciousness. And in the book of Revelation, which is in the Christian Bible, the 144,000 are those who are set aside as a sacrifice to God and Christ. And the reason why they were a sacrifice, well, essentially they were martyred. Because they attained the same level of enlightenment that Jesus did. They walked the same path as Jesus did. And they had the name of God written on their foreheads. Essentially what that means is their third eye was open. So the person that I'm doing this reading for, this is collective, so take it how it resonates. If I say you, I could mean me. If I say me, I could mean you. If I say they, I could mean them. Blah, blah, blah. Take it how it resonates. So this person that I'm speaking with in this collective message today is a very old soul. Very old soul. This is somebody who is quite literally comfortable, quite literally comfortable with death. And what I mean by that is nobody should be comfortable with death. But this person is a shaman, is a poet. I'm brought to Proverbs 18, where it says the tongue has the power of life and death in it. Essentially, words can be used as weapons, and this person understands that and chooses their words carefully. This is also a light worker. This is someone highly connected to Spirit and God and Source. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know today. Collective, please, what do they need to know today? the Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I'm very drawn to the butterflies and the King of Swords. See the butterflies on the throne. So that tells me that this person I'm reading for, you've recently transformed. You've got your mental clarity. You have mastered discernment and what it means to see beyond the illusion of emotion and rationalize things logically. This king is sitting on a stone throne, so you're strong and solid in your mind. And what is the spiritual journey if not a journey of the mind? This is a renewed clarity for you. And it was a gift from Spirit, from God. The fruits of your labor and generational legacy. Okay, so your spirit team came in and asked if you would answer the call, and you stepped through the gate and took a chance, and now you're sitting pretty as the High Priestess. Your intuition is clear. You are speaking to your spirit team. You are working with your spirit team. Maybe you have a channel and you are also now reading tarot. This High Priestess is holding a laptop in her hand. This is the Modern Witch Tarot, which it's basically, it's the Rider-Waite, but it's geared toward women. So all the characters on the cards are women, and it's modernized a little bit. She still sits in between the pillars of severity and mercy, wearing the crown of Isis. Her intuition is on fire. She understands the cycles of the moon. This is an oracle. This was your gift. basically what I'm seeing happening here is that you stepped forward into this King of Swords position, and when you did that, Spirit said, will you work for us now? You said yes, and you upgraded from the King of Swords to the High Priestess. You understand that the power of life and death resides in your mouth. And we've got the Sun at the bottom of the deck, Leo energy, Aries with the Ten of Cups. I like that energy. This is awesome. This is like the ultimate happiness and the ultimate enlightenment. This is you gaining status on the spiritual plane. So you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles out here. This is happy family, happy home, generational wealth. The complete breakdown of any generational curses. They're no longer there. They no longer affect you. You are now allowed to move freely through the material and the etheric world, and you can reach out and grab anything. We talked about this the other day in the reading about the gods and goddesses uniting. Alright, this is a fantastic energy. Let's see. Let's go here. I'm reminded of the story of, no, it wasn't Samson. Samuel. Samuel was in a Levitical camp, and he was learning the priesthood. He was from the tribe of Levi. And he was in the rabbi school to learn how to be a priest, just like Eli. In fact, he was under Eli's care, and he was a young boy, maybe the age, I'm not 100% sure, but from reading the story, I get that he was between the ages of like 10 and 14, and he was asleep, and he heard his name, Samuel, and it woke him up. And he ran to Eli's room, and he said, "Yes, Master, I'm here." And Eli said, "I didn't call you." And this went on for a couple of nights. And finally, Eli said, "Next time you hear your voice called out, say, 'Yes, Lord, how can I help?'" And Samuel answered the call. And he became a great prophet for the kings. I believe he was a prophet for King Saul. This was all before King David was ever David was chosen the day he was born, but this was before the battle between David and Goliath. So Samuel was a trusted advisor to the king because he answered the call. And you have answered the call. Okay. So what else can we tell the collective this morning about this call that they've answered? What is the call? The Emperor. Sovereign cohesion. 5 of light codes with harmony in adversity. Should be weird, baby. And desert with the 4 of earth guardians. I'm getting the feeling of like we can't, a little bit of competition is healthy. It forces us to do better. And what I'm getting here with the Emperor and the desert with the 4 of earth guardians, this is wanting to keep all your gifts to yourself, but that kind of creates a desert situation where nothing can grow. And the Emperor is willing to share his gifts because he is the all 4 kings. He's gone through the journey of the tarot and he's collected all of them. He understands how to use them. They have become him. And this is the White Lion. Aslan. Filled with love, filled with pride, filled with strength. This is a cohesive blend of intuition, of mental clarity, mental stability, energetic stability, master of his emotions, but willing to share them. Not wanting to keep them all to himself and understanding that everyone is different. There's no need to fight. We should be celebrating each other's differences, understanding that, not becoming a desert. And the High Priestess is back out here with Wisdom of the Sacred and the 3 of activations with Heartfire. So, essentially the call for you was to step out of the world and into God, essentially. We've got Angel Light at the bottom with the 9 of activations. And Meta with the Ace of Earth Guardians at the bottom of the deck. And Macrocosm. Yeah, okay. All right. You've been called. You've been chosen. Many are called. Few are chosen. But you've been chosen. The Ace of Pentacles is out here twice. The High Priestess is out here twice. The Fool is out here twice. This is a very, very new path for you. Okay, yeah, so there's an 8. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see more 8. So you're kind of still like in a learning phase, understanding what it is that you are supposed to do. What is your purpose? So let's kind of like look at astrology for a second here. When we want to look at our life purpose, we should really look at our North Node. Yeah, we should really like look at our North Nodes because, all right, for example, I'm a Gemini North Node, okay? I've always been, from the time I was little, well, I say little, but younger, okay? So let's look at this for a minute. One, I've always been a poet. Many of you have been reading my poetry that I just recently had this creative, energetic oomph again and have started writing poetry again. And I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't written any poetry since I was in high school. But I really, really love the transcendental poets. Ralph Waldo Emerson, Walt Whitman, like I loved them. I loved the Walt Whitman's stories that he told through his poetry. Edgar Allan Poe wrote beautiful stories with his poetry. Okay, I just absolutely ate it up. Oh, let's get back to the Gemini North Node for a second. Okay, so with that being said, Gemini, both my brothers are Geminis. So there's like a duality within the Gemini, but Gemini is about, well, here, I can read to you about Gemini real quick. Here comes the nerd. Here comes the nerd. Let's look at Gemini, because we're using it as an example. Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, back. Gemini. All right. The most versatile sign of the zodiac: intelligent, adaptable, effervescent, clever. The most easily bored kid in town. Yeah, no kidding. Like, I really suffer from ADHD symptoms. And this is my North Node, so it's pushing me into, like, what's my life purpose, soul purpose. The emotional reactions are often mysterious. It's not that you don't have feelings, it's just that you trust more, okay, logical and intellectual pursuits. Geminis are air signs, so there's a lot of swords that we deal with up in our head. So there's a disconnect between emotional and mental nature, and we mask well. Right? That's why Geminis are the twins. Tune out distraction. That seriously just jumped off of the top of the deck. Yeah, so you were called by God, and it's time to tune out anything that's not God. You should be listening to God. You should be listening to your intuition, your higher self. This is the image of the snake here, but it's not quite eating its tail. And in between, here, I'll show you. This is a very old deck. I bought this deck almost 20 years ago. Can you believe it? Is the saying, a man is an ocean? Like, meaning the mind is a vast expanse of everything. But it's not quite the Ouroboros, so this isn't really a cycle. Tune out distractions. Bust out of your cocoon. Wake up call. Well, that just ain't freaking appropriate. Grieve your losses. The creative no. Reach for the stars. Yeah. Alright. So this is just, this is more of the same. This is, you answered the call. You need to kind of step out of the world and step into God. Maybe it would be helpful for you to read the Bible every day. Just pick a book, all right? You can start with the book of John. The book of John is more the hermetic, esoteric teachings of Jesus. John broke it down for us a little bit better to read. Another one that I really like is the book of Hebrews and Romans, and those are the letters from Paul. And Paul described the path of Christ so beautifully, and how all of us are supposed to live. Okay, so here we're learning to no longer people please. We're setting boundaries. We're learning how to creatively say no thank you. I mean, you can still just say no. Just say no. If you don't want to do that thing today, just say no. You're going to start losing people. People are going to start falling out of your life, and that's just because you've raised your frequency due to saying yes. You said yes to Christ. You said yes to the mission. Your frequency is going to change. You're going to be vibrating on a different level, and grieve the loss of your old life, but don't stay stuck there. And reach for the stars. Like, you are a creature of God. You can absolutely achieve anything. Yeah, endless opportunities. What did I just say? And our ancient future talks about jumping into our cash and pulling from the lessons that we learned in our past lives, and using those lessons, the experiences of those lessons, to guide us in our future. healing? Who heals the healer? Oh, I'm going to stop because I could keep going. Okay. Who heals the healer? The healer heals the healer. The spiritual journey is all about, it's all mental. There's a lot of coinciding factors between the spiritual journey and our mental health journeys. It's why for the archetypes. Jordan Peterson's actually going to be in Norfolk. FM 99, the radio station that I listen to occasionally, actually was raffling off tickets last night. I might go. Jordan Peterson is an amazing psychologist. I love how he, how smart he is, how he's brought Nietzsche and Freud and Jung all and made he's made their archetypes real. So who heals the healer? The healer does. This is like you going deep down inside and doing the shadow work and coming out a new person. But I've got sacral chakra here, core of creation, high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, full spectrum, new blueprints, and home. You're very close to remembering who you actually are. And when I say that, like, all right, your mind, body, spirit, your Father, Son, Holy Ghost, you are Creator, Christ, and higher self. You may get that, but I feel like you're starting to see into your Akashic records a little bit, and you're understanding exactly where it is that you come from, and you may very well, you're a starseed. You're an old soul. You've been traveling the universe for a long time. Home is where the heart is, right? Mount Shasta may hold some significance for you. If you ever get a chance to go out west, visit Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is the place where it is said that the Lemurians went and hid. There's a lot of UFO activity and everything that goes on there too, but you accepted your mission. Now what are you going to do with it? That's for you to decide. It's time for you to explore. Just be open. Just be an open channel for God. However that you may do that. I channel through my writings. I channel when I'm out in the garden. Anytime I'm doing something constructive and creative with my hands, I'm channeling. Okay? That's channeling. It's not just sitting here and reading the cards and, oh, I've got a message from Spirit, I'm channeling. No, just be an open channel. Allow your higher self to guide you. You never go wrong when you listen to your higher self, right? All right, baby, that's all I got for you today. This is great. I am so thankful that you got here to my channel, that you answered the call. You belong here. Year one of the 144,000. Elevated consciousness, the Christ consciousness, and it feels so good. Now, I've got a few words of advice for you. As you're going through this awakening, you're going to feel a storm surge of emotions, and you're going to start thinking that you're falling in love with everybody. Please don't fall into that trap. You love everyone, but not everyone is your divine counterpart. In fact, I want you to get your brain away from divine counterpart and focus more on loving yourself. This is a journey of self-love, of self-mastery. A partnership will come for you when you've done the internal healing, when you've walked away from that which does not serve you. All right? But, I mean, you've got good things coming. I mean, we've got the Sun and the Ten of Cups. You've got good things coming. Focus on yourself right now. I don't mean that selfishly. I just mean that, like, you know, you've got... Every one of us that have answered this call have got some serious trauma to heal from. I'm still going through my own. I'm still going through my own. My twin woke me up. I woke him up. But there's no union until you can get through the healing and away from the codependency and the people-pleasing and all the negative things that we go through as human beings. It's part of the human experience. It's just a symptom of being human. We're on a ship of fools. Do you want to come with me? All right. Do you? Do you? Because this is a crazy ass journey. This is such a crazy fucking journey. Anyway. I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Today's Friday. Today is my grandparents. Let's see. They got married in 58. So this would have been their 60... 60-something wedding anniversary, and that was a beautiful love story. My grandmother died in 2000, and she lost her battle to cancer. God, she had cancer for so long. Like, she had cancer my whole childhood. And then when she got the last diagnosis that hit, spread through her whole body. She lived another 10 or 11 years after that. She was so sick. And all that while my grandfather was suffering from dementia and his own health problems. He had a bad heart and he suffered from strokes for a long time. But she died in 2015 and in July. And in May of 2016, actually on the 24th, today would be my grandfather's He died on their wedding anniversary. He didn't want to spend it alone. Man, and I'll never forget that funeral either. He walked right up to the coffin, and my grandfather didn't walk. He was a heavy-set man, and his knees were bad and his back was bad, and he walked with a walker, plus he had dementia, and he was so frail and so sick during Mimi's funeral. But he walked up to her casket and he said, "I was supposed to go first. You were supposed to wait." Oh, and it just broke my heart. I want to love like that. I want to love like that. But I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.